Hello, my name is Rory Zink, and I am demonstrating my Reflectance Models for the real-time rendering course. I have on display here from left to right the Toon shading, Phong lighting, and Oren-Nayar shading. For all of my model loading and the Phong lighting shaders, I use the Victor Gordon tutorial on YouTube that I'll link below. For the Toon shading, I found a resource from Lighthouse 3D, and for the Oren-Nayar shading, I used a combination of the Gary Keen online portfolio on Wixsite and a Jordan Stevenson website. Right. Now to look at the models a little bit more closely though, the Toon shading is really nice, and this is the only one I had here because the only thing that really changed was the bands, and it didn't change it too much, but you do have the really nice contouring effect, because there's the very distinct coloration for the bands based on the intensity of the light. And then for the Phong lighting, you get the really nice diffuse and ambient lighting and the specular highlights. This one, the top level for the Phong and Oren-Nayar, I changed one coefficient each. The specular component was changed for Phong, and the roughness variable is changed for Oren-Nayar, and the values are the same for each row. So this top row is 0.5 for both, and then you get 0.1 for the middle row, and it's 1.5 for the bottom row. Let's take a bit of a closer look here. I feel like at the 0.5 level, you don't necessarily know exactly what the roughness value is doing. Yeah, but when you look at the 0.1, you kind of do start to get a good idea what those values are contributing to the shading model. So for this model, you really don't get any of the specular highlights at all. The 0.1 is too low. And for the Oren-Nayar, it is incredibly smooth. You don't get that grittiness, I would say. And then for the 1.5 level, you really see how gritty this is. I really like the aesthetic of it. It's very cool. But for this one, the 1.5, it's really interesting that it seems like the specular component completely took over all the lighting component, because if you don't look at it from the right angles, you effectively get no light at all, and then you get a lot of detail from the correct angles where that specular highlight is coming from. Let me see if I can find, there it is again. It's really shiny, which is nice. What I also find really interesting is that all 7 of these teapots have the same base color, but based off the shading, that coloration was really altered. I would almost say that these teapots are completely different colors. Alright, that's my demonstration. Thank you very much for watching.